So now, yeah, I think we can go to practical part, because theory is good, but without practical application, it doesn't make any sense. And our goal is to frame a lifestyle that would be consistent with what we talked about, and would be consistent with a person who aims at following a healthy life, And I think it's very important for some people, hopefully.
I would like that it would be a higher priority on everybody's lists, honestly. That would be ideal.
But we cannot make everyone happy or rich and help them satisfy. It's like life, and it's everything follows normal distribution. You have always extremes where you cannot do anything. Or anyway, so let's start with the advices. What we can get from our basic theoretical knowledge. One of them is to preserve our mobility and our skeleton. We have to operate against gravity all the time, and that's how our joints, our muscles, they're all built to move against the gravity in the space we have. And the modern lifestyle, it's it diminishes the need. We don't need to run big distances or to run from animals to hunt. We don't use our body as it's as it was used before.
As evolution designed it.
Yeah. It didn't design it to sit in the chair and watch TV. It designed it to work. One of the greatest reason why many diseases happen, the mechanism, it's called ischemia, or insufficiency of blood supply, insufficiency of energy supply. For example, one of the main problems with the mobility is osteoarthritis, when joints do not function properly. And as research shows, basically we don't use our joints in its full amplitude and its mobility. So if you want to preserve our skeleton and our joints, we need to move. For example, in the morning I get up, I left my flat, I take the lift, went down, sit the car and went. So I don't change the levels, and I don't use my quadriceps much. And if I don't use it, I will get osteoarthritis of my knee sooner or later. So it's that simple. You need to make sure that you use your joints in different perspectives.
Yeah, this reminds you about that discussion when we were discussing theory. Different stereotypes can lead to health outcomes. If all the physical movement you're doing is from your flat to your car, then that's not a very good stereotype to develop.
Yeah, exactly. And if it persists over 10 years, that's when we start talking about when diseases develop. It will not appear like this, It will require some time, and as you said perfectly, that it should be a stereotype that will lead to the disease, So with mobility, what else we have? Osteoarthritis. The same relates to back pain when we don't use balance it enough, You have disproportionate contraction of muscle on one side, on the another, and so basically, the most important thing we said, it comes from incorrect use of our personal body, skeleton as it was supposed to be used.